Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a very special recipe. It's not something you normally know how to do. It's something I learned when I was visiting Hyderabad last December at the ITC Kakatiya Hotel. It's a Lucknowi Dum Biryani, and it's a complicated recipe. It's got a whole bunch of ingredients. The process takes a little while to do, but many people ask me how to do this, so I thought I'd go through step-by-step procedure. I hope you enjoy it. Now you can replace the vegetable part with like chicken or mutton and it becomes mutton biryani or chicken biryani. The process is very, very similar. So here we go. Lucknowi Dum Biryani. Okay, to make the vegetable Lucknowi Dum Biryani, you need a few different vegetables. Here I'm using peas, carrots, and green beans. And you also need cilantro and coriander chopped fine. And I'm also using potatoes that are chopped fine, ginger garlic paste, and onions chopped fine, and also onions chopped long for adding on top of the biryani, and a few biryani spices here. And I have here cardamom, cloves, mace, and then bay leaves, cinnamon stick, and big black cardamom, slightly different kind of cardamom. And then I have rice. This is basmati rice, fully cooked, 1 cup of rice. And here I have rose water and kevra water. These are 2 things you need to add the spice. So we're going to start with a little bit of oil, and I'm using here the olive oil. And then I'm going to start with some jeera. From my spice drawer. A little bit of jeera, maybe like half a teaspoon. Get going. Here. Let it spread a little bit. And then I'm going to put my spices that I have here. Cloves, cardamom, bay leaves, and mace, zaweri, cinnamon stick. Okay? Start with these. They're typical spices that I use for biryani. So we're ready to cook here nicely. Medium heat. Probably see this now. And it just starts fluttering. I'm going to start with these finely chopped onions. I'm going to put them in here. Okay. And when the onions are cooking, I really like to put a little bit of salt. There you go. Okay, now I'm actually going to add the apples. And the pears. To this, I want to add the potatoes, apples. So I'll separate. Alright? And then we're going to cook it really nicely till it becomes a nice soft paste. Then we'll extract the juice from it. This is how it should look like. My fan's on. Let me turn the fan off a little bit. Okay, this is how it should look like. I put some water in it so that you get a little bit more sauce, and cook it on low now. Okay. Now what I did here is I removed that mixture that was cooking and I put it in this bowl, and I'm going to strain it so that just the juice from that is going to collect at the bottom. Okay. And I'll take a little masher and mash it up so all the juice comes out. Okay, this is how much of it I got, and I strained it and put it in a separate bowl here. Okay, here I put some sunflower oil to high heat on a pan, a kind of deeper pan, so it doesn't sprinkle. And I'm going to put some onions in them and deep fry the onions. Okay, here they are. Onions are browning nicely. A trick I learned after screwing it up a couple of times is to remove the onions before they become totally brown in the pan, because they will still cook with the oil that's in them after you remove it. So I'm going to wait for this thing to cook nicely. Then I'm going to move them into this plate that where I put a paper napkin on. I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah, this is about the consistency I like. Now I removed them from the oil and I put them on a plate separately on top of a paper towel. All right, now what I did is to get all those vegetables that we were talking about: peas, potatoes, carrots, and beans. And then put them in here along with the spices, and put some salt and a little bit of turmeric. I'm going to hold the camera steady here, and I'm going to mix them for a while till they cook nicely. Now, I'm going to take this sauce, which I showed you before with apples and pears that I reduced, and I'm going to put it all into this vegetables that are cooking. So now we got all the things we want for the biryani. Here I have rice and fried onions and ginger garlic paste, the cooked vegetables in that little sauce, and then I have mint leaves and coriander leaves finely chopped. Now what we need is a nice biryani bowl. Okay, we're also going to need a little bit of atta to seal the vessel in which I'm going to cook the biryani. Here I took a little bit of wheat flour and put it in a bowl. So I took the atta and then I made it into a, kind of dough, and I made this long dough like this with which I'm going to seal the biryani bowl. So I brought these biryani bowls from India. I'm going to use these to cook, and this is what they serve it in Kakatiya, and the chef was nice enough to give me a couple. They're ceramic. That's what they look like, and they go like that. And I'm going to use the atta to seal the edges. I got 2 of them, so I plan to make 2 servings today. Okay, first I'm going to put a little bit of ghee here to the bottom so it doesn't burn. Then I'm going to take some of this vegetable stuff that I made, and I'm going to take that and put it like that at the bottom along with the sauce, right? And then I'm going to take the rice and put a layer of rice like that on top. Okay. Then I'm going to put some ginger garlic paste all around. Put some of these onions that I cooked on top. A little bit of coriander. A little bit of mint leaves. Okay. And then we're going to put more rice on top. And I'm making a mess here, so I need to be a better cook, but I'll clean it up in a little bit. Okay, then I got some rice on top. I'm going to put some of the vegetables with the sauce. Layer it nicely. Alright, one of the tricks to making great biryani that I got from behind the sink is to use kevra water and rose water. So I have these 2 that I'm going to put into this little bit, so it tastes really good. What you also need is some saffron. Here I have some really, really nice saffron. So I'm going to take a little bit of saffron and add it on top like that. Okay. Add a little bit more rice on top. And this kevra water, you can see the can opens fast. I'm going to take a little bit of it like that. And then gently spray the kevra water on top. That's good. Then I'm going to take rose water and put a little hole in it, so it should come out like that. There you go. And put some rose water on top. Okay, we got rose water, Kevra water and saffron on top of this. And then I'll put a few more vegetables just to the top because I would like to see that. And a little bit more of this thing. And I'll put a little rice on top. So now, at this point it's kind of full. Now what I'm going to do is to take this dough and I'm going to seal the pot with the dough. And the way I usually do it is I'm going to take this, make it a nice long strip like that, and I'm going to put it around the lid. There are a lot of ways to do it, but I'll put it around the lid like that. But the trick is you have to leave some space here, okay? So that you'll know when it's cooked because the steam has to escape. Now I'm going to go there. There you go. See? Now it's nicely sealed. There you can see. Now I put the biryani pot on the stove and I want to make sure the heat is really low. If it's not low, it's going to burn. So I'm going to keep it in low. And here you can see I got a little place where I haven't fully covered with the dough because the steam is going to escape from there. So what happens is all the water that's in there from the vegetable sauces is going to cook through and escape from there as a steam. And then what I'm going to do, you'll see, is I'm going to turn it upside down to make sure all the water is gone because it turned into steam. And then the biryani is done, but also all the spices have now infused and gone through the rice. That's the trick. Go through the rice, and then I'm going to plate it, and you'll see how it looks. Okay, here I pulled it out of the flame. You can see I had to use a little knife to get the dough off, but the rice is beautifully cooked, and it's not too soggy. It's separate, and you see all the vegetables and spices all mixed nicely. The trick is to layer the biryani nice and carefully without crushing the rice. And once you put it in there, you can transfer it into a nice bowl that you like. And it's perfect. And the spices are just right. And you can see the beautiful aroma coming out. There you have it. Lucknowi Dum Biryani by Raj Tulleri. I hope you make it and I hope you enjoy it. It's really one of my favorite dishes. And I hope you enjoyed watching me as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you all.